Pottsville Apache baseball here on ASN. My name is Stephen Glenn. Justin Smith is beside me for the afternoon ball game today. We have some Little Leaguers ready to throw out the first pitch to the Apaches. You know that's got to be a treat for the young men to play a little catch with the big fellas. It's got to be fun. The Apaches are coming off a tough loss yesterday. They fell 3-0 to the visiting Ozark Hillbillies in a game that the Apache bats never could quite get woke up and unable to push any runs across the board. That's the thing about baseball, though. You always have another day, and the Apaches are back at it today, taking on the Waldron Bulldogs. ASN sponsors for Pottsville Apache baseball, courtesy of the Pottsville Booster Club, Cogswell Motors, Pediatric Playhouse, Premier Facilities Group, Fleet Tire, Van Horn Construction, G-Rays Trucking, Denali Water, Redmond Sports Event Center, Firestone, Huntington Learning, Zach Wojtek, The Old Bank, which has some amazing food, Frank Griffin, Sparks Dental Services, Farm Credit Association, Newton's Pharmacy, the Westside Family Clinic, Tyler Riley, Lighthouse, The Granite Shop, La Huerta, and Phil Wright Auto Group. We appreciate all of our sponsors for Apache baseball.
Where to go get some good food too, Steve?
No joke. Yeah, no joke.
I've been lucky. I've known the owner Alex since he first opened up the restaurant there in Russellville, and it's been marvelous ever since.
Well, you know, I think La Huerta was the first one to really get the Mexican style sit down restaurants going in this area. Yes. I think they kind of pioneered that.
And he's got I think 16 restaurants across the state and in Oklahoma and Missouri as well. So he's living the American dream. That's
awesome. Starting for the Pottsville Apaches, making his first start on the mound in quite some time is senior number 1 Caleb Turek. I found out in yesterday's game that the Apaches had no choice but to pull Mason Vick when they did. He had reached his pitch limit for the day of 110 pitches, and obviously he cannot come back today. There's a certain minimum rest they have to give. The next pitcher yesterday was Greathouse, and Corey came in, faced a long single inning of work, so I don't know if he is available today or not. I don't know if you can have a pitcher work 2 days in a row or not in high school baseball. I suspect you maybe can tournament time as long as the pitch count stays down. I think that's more what the AAA is interested in protecting the health of these young men. So it'll be the senior, Caleb Turek, making the start.
Good to see him on the mound. Good to see him on the mound. I haven't got to see him yet this year.
It'll be fun to watch. New catcher for the Pottsville Apaches. It will be Keaton Ashmore. Brady Morrison will be used as the designated hitter. And another change from yesterday's lineup, the third baseman will be Mason Vick. So we are ready to get things started here. You tell me Waldron was 3-5?
3-7.
3-7. The Apaches are 12-5. Pottsville still well in the hunt for a conference championship. Austin Hudson, the shortstop, leads it off to face Caleb Turek. His first delivery is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Couldn't blame Caleb for being a little bit nervous. I think his dad told me it's been perhaps junior high since he's pitched. Caleb with another. Has a called strike on the outside corner. Looked like he might have curved that one just a little bit. Turek works fast. Pitch low and in the dirt. Good stop by Ashmore behind the plate. 2 balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter, Austin Hudson. He'll be followed by Jaron Howell and Cody Mays. Ground ball on the pitch, up the middle. Shortstop Greathouse, up and across. A first baseman I don't think had his foot on the base. Nope. I'm not sure how you score that. I guess you have to give an error to Greathouse, don't you?
Yeah, I believe so. He could have stretched a little bit farther. Not taking anything away from the young man, though.
Well, I hate to score errors in high school baseball. So runner reaches is Austin Hudson, their leadoff batter. First pitch to the second hitter, Jaron Howell, is taken out of the zone for a ball. You would assume playing shortstop and leading off, Hudson has speed. We'll see if they want to put him in motion here on the 1-0 pitch. Turek from out of the stretch, swung on, fly ball towards where my truck was parked yesterday. It is out of play. I did not park there today. That's the old saying, the good Lord takes care of little children and fools. And I grew up a long time ago. 1-1 pitch coming now with one on. We are just underway. Caleb Turrig at the belt brings it home. Called strike. Good pitch there. You could probably forgive Caleb if he's a little bit rusty. Now, he has done some pitching in JV games, but it's always a little different when you're on the bump for the big group. 1-2 pitch coming to Howell. Ground ball toward the second baseman. Fields it across to first for the out. Takes the easy play. Get the outs where you can. So the base runner, Hudson, will advance to second on the fielder's choice. Howell is retired. 4-3 for the first out of the inning.
OBS is being a pain in my butt right now. Working on getting it back up.
So we're dead?
Yeah, you're still recording, though. We're good to go. I'm going to post it again.
Swung on, line drive. That's going to get down for a clean base hit. Cody Mays on the first pitch he saw gets a single. They throw to the plate. They've got a chance. The tag is too high. Throw beat him there, but the tag was up high on the leg, and Austin Hudson comes around to score on the base hit. 1 run in the game. So base hit for Cody Mays. And he stayed at first base on the throw. Good throw coming in from Wojtek, but it was just a fraction of a second behind the play at the plate. I don't think Coach Sandifer saw it that way. He came out and had a word with our home plate umpire, but to no avail. 1 out in the inning, runner on first. This batter is Eli Cluthy, the right fielder. Mays, the runner at first base. No, it's not Willie Mays. Nor is it Willie Mays Hayes. Swung on, ground ball towards the shortstop. Greathouse, underhand to second, no throw across. They'll take the 1 out. Probably just as well that the second baseman Richardson did not throw it to first. Looked like Cluthy was getting down pretty quickly down the line. So the hitter Cluthy retired. 4-3. Mays takes second on the fielder's choice. Next batter, as there are now 2 down in the inning, is the catcher Fisher Brown.
We'll have to stop first.
Okay, Fisher Brown takes strike 1. I got to keep up my score sheet if nothing else. Let me know when we're back up.
Yes, sir. Working.
Swung on, ground ball, Greathouse. Lets it go through. That's, afraid you got to scroll that another error.
It won't connect at all now. It's so we're just gonna we're still recording though. So I just have folks. Sorry about this. I'm gonna have to put this up tonight when I get home.
So the error on the last ground ball. The hitter now is Johnny Williams. He is the opposing pitcher, and he takes strike 1. A couple of errors in the inning have hurt the Apaches. Still only down 1-0. Fastball taken low and in the dirt. Nice stop by Ashmore behind the plate. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Next pitch swung on and missed. Ball 2 strikes to the hitter, Johnny Williams. 2 runners on base. That's Cody Mays at second base. Fisher Brown at first, who reached via the error. Swung on and missed, and the Apaches are out of the inning with the first strikeout from Caleb Turek. But the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard. Waldron scored 1 run, 1 base hit. There were 2 errors in the inning, and Waldron left 2 runners on base. We'll come back with the Apache half of inning number 1 after this timeout.
Depression. Nothing came easy, but with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
1-0, Bulldogs take the early lead. Apaches bat in the home half of inning number 2. Eli Morris, the center fielder, will lead things off. Keaton Ashmore, the catcher, will bat second. Corey Greathouse, the shortstop, will hit third in the inning. And if anything gets going, Brady Morrison, the designated hitter, would be the fourth batter of the inning. Wind is not blowing like crazy as it has the first 2 games that we have streamed here.
Not today.
Well, the wind is dead stop, nothing on the flag. We get an occasional breeze, but nothing like what we've had the last couple of games.
It's really not. It's actual baseball weather, Steve.
Yep, I think you'll actually see some base hits and base runners and all that good stuff. There were at least 4 balls that I can think of in yesterday's game that on any normal day with no wind would have been out of the park.
Yeah, there was some pretty strong hits yesterday, just not in that wind.
I can think of about 3 catches that were made right at the fence, and no wind in any of them would have been out of the ballpark. Johnny Williams is the pitcher for the Bulldogs. He's just now making his way to the mound. Waldron got a run on a hit. Couple of errors hurt the Apaches, although that could have been much worse. Kind of hoping for some little magic from the Apache bats, too. The 2 games I've seen them play, they have only scored a total of 2 runs.
Yeah, be nice for them. They need a little bit of a confidence boost.
Tough game coming up on Friday. The Apaches will be on the road in Yale County to take on Dardanelle.
Ish. That's always a hard game.
Yeah, they're going to have revenge on their mind for the 2-1 loss earlier this year. That's one of the best high school baseball games I have ever seen or broadcast.
Yeah, it was a fun one. It really was, Steve. Great pitchers duel, start to finish, and yeah, it was just a nice game to be a part of. Except for the wind. That was awful.
That was not fun. Yeah, that was not fun. My score sheets were blowing all over the place.
I'm still picking dust out of my electronic components.
Oh, I bet you are. So Caleb Turek looked like he got better as the inning went on.
Yeah, I got some cobwebs loosened is what it looked like.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, it might have took him a little while to get ready to go.
It's good to see him. We loved watching him on the football field this year. And
yeah, I'm going to miss him come next football season. I really am.
Brady's dad come over here checking on me. They helped make this stream possible, folks. Brady Morris's mom and dad, they driving forces to get it done, and we're grateful for them, but it's not wanting to go on to YouTube right now.
A little bit slow getting things going here, and I'm not real sure why.
What's the hold up, Phil?
No.
What's the hold up? It's wonderful to know the ups.
All right. So here we go. Now we're ready to get things going. Leadoff hitter for the Apaches, the center fielder Eli Morris. On the mound, Johnny Williams, right-hander for the Bulldogs. He's ready for his first pitch of the ball game. Morris digs in as a left-handed batter. First pitch is taken low for a ball. 1-0. Waldron has the lead as we play in the bottom half of inning number 1. Wind and fire. Taken low and outside, ball 2. Looks like this pitcher has a variety of change-ups and curveballs and that sort of thing. We'll see if he wants to go to the fastball here on the 2-0 count. Williams kicks and fires, and it's taken over but outside. Well, it can't be over but outside, but it's taken outside for ball 3. Might be an automatic take here for Eli Morris on the 3-0 pitch. Yeah, he's taken all the way, and that's in the dirt. Ball goes all the way to the backstop, but no further advance on the base on ball.
Pete Rose say that's why you sprint to first base.
Well, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Apaches are in their white uniforms today. They were wearing the dark colors yesterday. They must have figured those were bad luck or something. Keaton Ashmore will step in. He even has the white batting helmet. 1 on, nobody out. Morris takes his lead. He's off on the first pitch, taken high and inside, and Morris will steal the base standing up.
Attaboy.
Now the Apaches have a runner in scoring position. Ball 1 the count on Keaton Ashmore. Johnny Williams checks the runner at second. Both infielders gathered right at the base. Here comes the pitch, and it hits him. First pitch was high and in. The second one hits him. I don't care what the temperature is. That's never fun.
He's lucky they can't get a ball 6 chant in high school.
So the coach for the Bulldogs comes to the mound. I think he wants to try to settle down his right-hander. I forgot to check to see if Waldron played a game yesterday. I don't think so, because that's not a normal playing date.
No, sir, I don't think so.
I think this is their first game of the week. This visit is extending just a little bit. Wait a minute, are they bringing nachos to the mound?
I got to thank the Booster Club yesterday. They fed me. I got here way early, and they had tacos and stuff for the girls and nachos, and I got me a big old bowl of that.
Thanks. How do I help out your broadcast partner there?
they took it away before you got here.
Yeah, it's the story of my life. They probably saw my weight scale reading and said, get this food out of here. Glenn doesn't need it. All right, next batter for the Apaches, the shortstop, Corey Greathouse. He has 2 runners on. No outs in the inning. Johnny Williams working out of the stretch. Runners are off on the first pitch. Taken high and throw not made to any base. Double steal by the Apaches.
Love the aggressiveness.
Well, especially stealing bases right after the visit to the mound. Pitch taken out of the zone for ball 1. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Corey Greathouse. Runner at third, runner at second. Pitch taken high and inside. Greathouse ducks out of the way of ball 2. Kind of feel a little bit for the pitcher, Johnny Williams. He's struggling to find his release point. 1-0 Bulldogs have a lead, but the Apaches already threatening in the bottom of the first. 2 on, nobody out. 2-0 count coming to Greathouse. He's taking. Fastball is outside.
Hate to see this young man struggling right now.
First thing he's going to need to do is throw a strike.
Yep.
Here comes the 3-0 pitch on the way. Taken high for ball 4. I thought for a second the umpire called it a strike, but no, he was just pointing to first base. Well, I wouldn't have argued with him because from this angle I can't tell where the pitch is. So the Apaches have 3 base runners on, and are we making a pitching change already?
Yep. Looks like it. We'll take a break with them.
We'll be back with more Pottsville Apache baseball in just a moment.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Pitching change for Waldron. The Bulldogs bring in the shortstop, Williams, to take over. That is Austin Williams, number 1. They'll move, or that is Austin Hudson, I should say. Williams moves to the shortstop position. So Austin Hudson now on the mound. Johnny Williams did not get any outs in the inning. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base. Brady Morrison will step into the batter's box with a chance to do damage here. Apaches trail it 1-0, but they have the bases loaded. The Apaches yet to have a base hit. 2 walks and the hit by a pitch have loaded the bases. Hudson has his sign. He brings it home, bounces into the dirt. Good stop by the catcher, Brown. That saved a run.
Yeah, it did.
Tough outing so far for Bulldog pitchers. They have yet to throw a strike in this game. 2 walks on 4 pitches and 1 hit by a pitch. 1-0. Waldron leads it. Brady Morrison will get a 1-0 pitch. Taken low into the dirt. Another good stop by Brown, but it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of inning number 1. Waldron has 1 run on 1 hit. The Apaches have the bases loaded. They have yet to get a hit, nor is there an out in the inning. Hudson goes into the line, brings it home, taking all the way. There's the first strike of the ball game for the Bulldog pitchers. 2 balls and a strike. I would think Morrison has the green light here. He was probably taking until strike 1. 2-1 pitch on the way with the bases full of Apaches. Pitch taken outside for a ball. Brady Morrison was not over anxious on that pitch. A walk is an RBI too.
Yes, it is.
Hudson has to throw a strike here. With the bases loaded, he works out of the windup. Morris takes his lead from third. Ashmore from second. Greathouse from first. Here comes the pitch. Did it hit him?
Yeah, it hit him.
It hit him. That's a tough way to get an RBI.
Yeah, it is. But attaboy.
Morrison will go to first. Scoring from third on the hit by a pitch was Eli Morris. And Greathouse will go to second on the hit by pitch. Ashmore at third. Mason Vick, the next hitter. Nobody out of the inning. The game is tied at 1. The catcher Brown out to talk to the pitcher. Baseball is an unforgiving sport if a pitcher is having an off day.
Yes, it is.
It is brutal.
Because it's literally all eyes on you.
Yep.
I've been there. It's not fun.
And it's not like the Bulldog pitchers are trying to walk the batters. Mason Vick steps in, slugging right-handed hitter. Takes the first. Swung on, speaking of slugging, but fouled it straight back. He had a pitch to hit. Let it go just a little bit under it. Had it timed.
Dipped his back shoulder just a mite too much. He was looking to drive it, though.
Yes, he was. You'd like to at least get a fly ball to the outfield here, pick up at least one run, but the Apaches would prefer more damage. Mason Vick taking an 0-1 pitch and taking his right. It's out of the zone for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mergel and Snow are on deck and in the hole. They still use that term, in the hole?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's been a baseball term that's been around since I played a Little League. Next pitch bounced in the dirt. Brown got a glove on it, but that's not going to be enough as the Apache base runner Keaton Ashmore sprints home for the go-ahead run for the Apaches on the wild pitch. The others, all other base runners also advance as well. Greathouse to third. Morrison to second. 2 balls and 1 strike now. The count on Mason Vick. Apaches have taken a 2-1 lead. Hudson steps off the mound, tries to gather himself. Now he's back up. Mason Vick looking for something he can make solid contact with. Hudson goes into the line, brings it home. Tried the curveball, it's low and away. 3 balls and a strike. And I'd suggest that Mason Vick has the green light here on 3-1.
Yeah, I think so.
If you're going to get a grooved fastball, it's probably going to be right here. 2 on, nobody out. Apaches lead at 2-1. And Hudson steps off. I think Mason Vick may have stepped out of the batter's box. Now he's back in. Mason looks very hitterish. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Taken all the way for a ball. Another walk in the inning. The bases will be loaded. The Apaches have 2 runs without the benefit of a base hit. There have been 3 walks in the inning and 2 hit by a pitch. Also a wild pitch, which allowed the second Apache runner to score. So once again, the base is loaded. Nobody out in the inning. Pottsville now leads 2-1, and this is Maddox Mergel, the batter. Apache first baseman looks at and hits a fastball right up the middle. That's going to be down for 1. The left fielder cuts it off. 1 run scores. Here comes another, and Mergel will have a double into the gap for the Apaches as Pottsville takes a 4-1 lead.
Awesome. Great at bat.
Double into the gap for a couple of RBIs as Corey Greathouse scores. And does Brady Morrison come around? Mason Vick now camped at third base. And on the double, Mergel is at second. 4-1 Apaches. Hudson brings it home. Swung on and missed. William Snow saw a pitch he liked. Swung through it.
He's a mite early right there.
Yep. First hit of the inning for the Apaches. Drives in 2, and Pottsville leads at 4-1. Hudson on the mound. Came in relief in this first inning. First pitch swung on. Hard contact up the middle for a base hit. 1 run scores. Vick's home. Here comes Mergel, and he will score standing up. And the Apaches score 2 more in the inning, and they lead it now 6-1. Second hit of the inning for the Apaches as both Vick and Mergel come around to score. On the solid base hit up the middle by William Snow. Kyler Richardson, the second baseman, steps in now. Apache bats have come alive in this game. First offering to Richardson is taken off the plate and low for ball 1.
I think Snow should have the green light to hit the second.
Could be, yeah, could be. They don't hold him on, which surprises me, and he's off on the pitch. And the throw down to second is not in time. Yeah, they didn't even hold Snow on. Third stolen base of the inning for the Apaches. Pottsville on top 6-1. Runner now with scoring position for the second baseman, Kyler Richardson. Hudson brings it home. Strike over the outside corner. Evens the count out of ball and a strike. Six runs on 2 base hits. There have been 3 walks in the inning and 2 hit by pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball up in the zone, swung on, no contact. Two balls, 2 strikes with a runner in scoring position at second base. That's Snow, who drove in 2 runs with a base hit. Curveball taken high and outside, evens the count 2 apiece.
My eyes don't deceive me. I look it over there, the ladies are up 5-0.
The softball season rolls on also. If you have not seen a ladies softball game, I highly recommend it.
It's fun.
3-2 pitch coming, swung on and missed. Catcher dropped the ball but makes the tag, and that is the first out of the inning on the strikeout. First out of the inning, strikeout, and then retired unassisted by the catcher on the tag play. 1 down, and that'll bring Easton Wojtek to the batter's box. Pottsville 6, Waldron 1 down. We are in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Wojtek taken off the plate. Ball 1. Runner at second. 1 down in the inning. Hudson, the pitcher, comes set, kicks, fires, swung on and missed. Wojtek likes that high fastball. He saw what he wanted to hit and swung through it. What was that line from A League of Their Own?
I like the high ones.
Yeah, lay off the high ones. I like the high ones. 1-1 pitch on the way, taken low and outside. Mule. Nag.
Oh, it's a good movie. Haven't seen it in too long.
I haven't seen it in a while either. 6-1. Pottsville leads it. Bottom of the first. 2 balls and a strike to Easton Wojtek, the 9th man to hit in the inning for the Apaches. Runner from second takes off, swung on and missed. No play to third base. As the runner arrives standing up, Wojtek swings through the fastball and evens the count at 2-2. 4th stolen base of the inning for the Apaches. 6-1. Pottsville leading this game. Pitch on the way. Taken low and outside for a ball. Three-two count. Runner at third base. 1 out of the inning. Wojtek swung on and missed for out number 2. Back around to the top for Eli Morris. He led off the game for the Apaches with a walk. Stole 2 bases and scored the first run of the game for Pottsville. There is still a runner at third. That's William Snow. Hudson would like to strand him there. 6-1, Pottsville leads. Left-hander Morris steps in, swung on, driven toward left field, but it's going to be foul and out of play. Six-1. The Apaches lead it, home half of the first. Second pitch to Eli, taken. Inside for a ball, evens the count out of ball and a strike after the foul ball. Snow will take his lead from third base. Apaches already have 6 runs home in the inning. They'd like 1 more. Evans brings it home. Morris takes the pitch out of the zone, high. 2 balls and a strike. You always want more runs when you're batting. You always want to get greedy when you're swinging away. 2-1 pitch coming for Morris, speaking of swinging away. Hudson set at the belt, working from the stretch, brings it home, swung on, ground ball down the first base line. It is a fair ball. That's one run driven in. Morris digging for second base, slides in head first, and he is safe.
Great hit.
Eli Morris with the base hit. As Snow will score standing up.
How about you, Steve? When I was playing it, our team's goal was seeing how many times we could bat around per inning, you know?
Yep.
We went 2 times on a couple of occasions.
Third hit of the inning, 7th run for Pottsville. Apaches lead at 7-1, and Keaton Ashmore will be back to hit. Hudson brings it home, swung on, high fly ball. This, I think, is going to stay in the infield. The shortstop, Williams, makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Pottsville Apaches score 7 runs, 3 base hits in the inning. There was 1 runner left on base. We will go to the top of the second with Pottsville leading 7-1.
We see you, your incredible potential.
Pitch, first offering of the inning. Caleb Turek is outside for ball 1. Pottsville with a 7-1 lead as we batted, playing the second. Second pitch, high fly ball toward right center field. The center fielder wasn't able to get there. Morris covered all the ground he could, but that was just put in a good spot. And Eiler leads off the inning with a base hit. That was one of those that had been hit yesterday. The wind would have held it up. Morris and Wojtek both did all they could to get to that ball, but it was just you couldn't throw it out there any better between them. And Eller leads off with a base hit. Next hitter is Cole Bailey, the center fielder for the Bulldogs. Eller takes his lead from first base. Turek will concentrate on the hitter. Ball taken high and outside. He tried the curveball there and got his elbow down a little bit. I think I saw what happened there.
We're back live. Woo!
I like live. Pottsville with 7 runs on 3 hits. Several walks in the inning, 4 walks. Pitch goes to the backstop, and the base runner Eller will take second on the wild pitch. The Apaches able to chase home 7 runs in that first inning.
And we'll have that for you when I get home tonight.
Waldron was able to score a run on a hit in their first at bat. They actually took a 1-0 lead. They threaten now here in the second inning with a runner at second. Caleb kind of drops down sidearm on that pitch, and it sails outside and low. 3 balls, no strikes to the hitter, Cole Bailey. Runner at second base is Eller. Next pitch taken for a called strike. So 3-1 count. Cole Bailey had started his run down to first base, and the umpire says, young man, come back and look at another one on the called strike. Caleb's next pitch taken inside, and now he can walk to first base. We appreciate our sponsors of Apache Baseball, Cogswell Motors, Pediatric Playhouse, Premier Facilities Group, Fleet Tire, Van Horn Construction, G. Ray's Trucking, and more. First pitch to the next hitter, the leadoff hitter, Austin Hudson. Taken for a ball. Hudson reached on an error in the first inning and scored on the base hit by Cody Mays. Bulldogs have 2 runners on. The runner at second base is Eller. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Bo Parsons is the batter. I was 1 batter behind. Bo Parsons steps in, and Pottsville's going to take a bit of a timeout here. So we'll tell you how the Bulldogs scored their first run of the first inning. Austin Hudson was hit by a pitch. He was able to get second on a fielder's choice play by the infield, and then scored on the base hit by Cody Mays, and Waldron had a 1-0 lead. Now we're ready to get going, gang. Bo Parsons has a 2-0 count. Runner at second is Eller. Runner at first is Bailey. Swung on. Ball driven out of play. Two balls and a strike now. Caleb has been throwing strikes once he got settled in the first inning. Pitch there taken. Was a ball. Ball 3. 3-1 pitch coming with 2 runners on base. Caleb Turek brings it home. Fastball for a called strike. Evens the count. 3-2. That wasn't just your old throw it right down the middle on 3-1 either. He caught the corner with that one. Here comes the 3-2. Tried the corner again, but that time it was too far outside. Second walk of the inning. Eller will make it to third on the walk. Bailey to second. Bases are loaded full of Bulldogs. And the Apache coaching staff is going to come out and visit, as Austin Hudson will be the next hitter. He is the current pitcher. He started at shortstop, came into the first inning in relief. And a little bit of visiting now, trying to settle down Caleb. Probably something along the line, if you got a 6-run lead, just throw strikes.
Yeah, that will be it.
Other Apache sponsors that we appreciate: Denali Water, Redmond Sports Event Center, Firestone, Huntington Learning, Zach Wojtek. As the hitter Hudson steps in the batter's box, Turek out of the stretch with the bases loaded. Starts out with a pitch that's just off the plate for ball 1. Bulldogs trying to hit their way right back into this game. They trail it 7-1. That's the thing about baseball. You still got to get 3 outs an inning. Changeup for a called strike. Looks like Caleb may throw that changeup as a palm ball, which is actually a very good changeup because your motion stays the same. You don't throw it any differently. You just hold it with all of your fingers and back in your palm. 1-1 pitch coming from Caleb Turek. Curveball, tried for the inside corner, had the batter stepping out, but the ball did not quite bend over the plate. So we have a 2-1 count. Again, bases full of Bulldogs. Pitch taken out of the zone for ball 3. So Hudson may be taken all the way on 3-1 here with the bases loaded. Caleb Turek brings it home. Fastball low and in the dirt. Ball 4, so the run will score anyway on the walk. Base runner Eller scores from third after he reached on a base hit. Hudson will go to first on the walk, and everybody else advances via the base on ball. Second run of the ball game. And I am not a scoring expert, but I believe this would be an earned run. Caleb Turek, next pitch swung on. Fly ball by Harrell towards center field. It's caught by Morris. Morris will bring it back in. Tried to challenge the play at the plate. The runner scores, and the runner from second advances to third. So Cole Bailey scores on the sacrifice fly. And the base runner, Bo Parsons, advances to third. First out of the inning. Next batter is Cody Mays. They appeal the play at third base, wondering if the runner left too soon. And the appeal is denied. Cody Mays will step into the batter's box. He has a single. He had the first run batted in for the Bulldogs. 2 on. Mays is off with the pitch. Throw down to second base. This will be close.
Got him.
And they have him at second base. Caught stealing. And the runner from third base did not advance. Bo Parsons stayed right there. Second out of the inning on the stolen base attempt. 1 ball count now with 2 down to Mays. High fly ball. This is going to be tough. Center fielder Morris makes a nice catch as he closed on that in a hurry. And the Apaches may have dodged a bullet there. Bulldogs get 1 run. There was 1 base hit in the inning and 2 runners left on base. No errors by the Apache defense. And we'll go to the bottom of the second with the Apaches leading it 7-2.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
And let me correct last inning. The Bulldogs have scored 2 runs on a base hit, making the score Pottsville 7, the Bulldogs 3. And the Apaches will have shortstop Corey Greathouse leading off. Brady Morrison, the designated hitter, will be next, and then Mason Vick, the third baseman. That could have been a lot worse. The Apaches did a nice job of getting out of that. Look out, Coach Stephen Morgan, that throw right at your ankles. Coach is still fleet of foot. He got out of the way. Almost got hit with another one. Coach, we'll have to give you a glove. So the Apaches lead at 7-3 as they bat at the bottom of the second inning. If you are wondering about run rules, and I'll say this quietly so the Waldron dugout can't hear me, the umpire filled us in that it's got to be 15 runs after 3 or 10 runs after 5. Apaches lead it by 4 now after a 7-run first inning. It's not that you score 15 runs. The lead has to be 15. But the Apaches would like to answer the 2 runs scored by the Bulldogs in the top of the second inning. Everything holding up good on the stream?
Oh, yeah, we're great, man. It's finally doing what it's supposed to do. Well, are you kidding me? It dropped again? No, it dropped again.
I'd say reboot it again. Were you using my phone?
Yeah, and your connection's fine. It's there's something with OBS is not wanting to stay connected to YouTube.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think it's my phone service provider. They don't want you using up that much bandwidth. I bet they may be throttling us.
Yay. Yeah, now it's gone again entirely.
It'll be Corey Greathouse, Brady Morrison, and Mason Vick to face the right-hander Hudson. He brings home the first pitch of the inning, and it's taken for a ball. Ball 1. My apologies, or our apologies for the issue on the stream. Swung on. Ball driven toward left field, and closing on it was Parsons. Dove, he does not come up with it. Well, that was a good attempt by Parsons. He closed as quickly as he could, but the ball falls in for a clean base hit for Corey Greathouse leading off the inning. Fourth hit of the game for the Apaches. Shortstop Greathouse leading off with a base hit. The Apaches have been running a lot with base runners. They've been going on the first pitch, and they do here. Pitch is high. Catcher Brown unable to come up with it. And the stolen base for Corey Greathouse as he rides into second base standing up. So now you have the runner in scoring position. The Apaches lead at 7-3. Hudson, the pitcher. His offense got a couple of runs back for him in that last inning. Second pitch taken outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Corey Greathouse, the shortstop, led the inning off with a clean base hit to left. He's now at second base after the stolen base. Young man carrying a bat bag. It's bigger than he is. Pitch is over the outside corner for a called strike 1. I kid you not. Young player arriving for his game, and young man in a beautiful looking uniform and carrying a bat bag that's just as tall as he is. Oh, to be young again. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Brady Morrison. Pitch taken low and in the dirt. No advance by the base runner. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Morrison. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run. We may have another pitching change coming here for Waldron. Timeout on the field. We are in the bottom of the second inning. Pottsville leads at 7-3, and we're back in just a moment. What do you think of my theory on throttling?
I think you might be right.
Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
1 strike count on Brady Morrison, the cleanup hitter. Corey Greathouse is at second base. Next pitch swung on and fouled out of play. Evens the count at 3-2. Three ball, 2 strike pitch coming. Brady Morrison, designated hitter for today's game. Hudson, the righty, brings it home. Pitch taken outside, ball 4. I wasn't sure there. I had to wait for the umpire's call. Which, a lesson for you young broadcasters, is always a good idea anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to talk too quickly. I've made that mistake many a time my first 4 years of doing this.
Yep, I've had to learn over the years not to umpire. Number one, I'm not very good at it. So the Apaches have 2 on, nobody out. Lead at 7-2. They want more. Mason Vick, the hitter, trying to go to right field with that pitch, fouled it out of play. Right idea, just didn't quite square it up.
Oh, yeah, big time, Steve. We're marveling at internet.
Swung on and missed. We're using a cell phone for our internet access right now, and I think my service provider is throttling us. I think we took a look at the speedtest.net, and our upload is down to almost nothing. Dial-up service was about that fast. Base runners go. The Apaches attempt and make a double steal. Pitch was low and in the dirt for a ball.
Let's need solid contact from Mason right here. Protect the plate.
Greathouse now the runner at third base. Brady Morrison at second. Catcher with a steal. I like that. Next pitch taken outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Unofficially, I have the Apaches with 7 stolen bases in this game.
Yeah, I think that's right.
7-3, the Apaches lead it. Nobody out. 2-2 pitch coming. Mason Vick took it for a ball.
Kit laid off the high one that time.
3 ball, 2 strike. Nobody down in the inning. Apaches lead this 7-3. They have 2 runners in scoring position at the start of the home half of the second. Hudson brings it home. Swung on, fouled out of play. That was a good pitch, and good job by Mason Vick to spoil it.
Yeah, he got way out in front of that one. He's ready for it, but not the pitch he's wanting for sure.
Austin Hudson, the pitcher for the Bulldogs. He came in the first inning. Now in a jam here in the second. 2 on, nobody out. 3-2 pitch taken high for a ball. Mason Vick walks for the second time and loads the bases. Maddox Mergel will be the next hitter.
I'm strangely good with it, Steve.
Lots of base runners. Mason Vick will take his lead from first. Hudson will work out of the windup again. Brings home the first pitch to Mergel. Pitch taken high, ball one. No place to put him. Seven to 3, the Apaches with the lead. They have the bases loaded and nobody out. And a 1-0 pitch coming. Mergel looks at a pitch out of the zone, low and in the dirt for ball two. Good stop by Fisher Brown to save the wild pitch and a run. The Apaches have one base hit in this inning. The other two runners reached via the walk. Bulldogs defense yet to pick up an out. 2-0 pitch coming. High and out of the zone, ball three. I would suspect Mergel is taking all the way here. Austin Hudson pitching for the Bulldogs. Pitch on the way, taken. Low for ball four, and another run scores for the Apaches. Greathouse comes home for the first run of the inning, 8th run of the game for the Apaches.
I'll take him any way I can get him today, Steve.
And I believe we're going to have another pitching change for the Bulldogs. We'll tell you about it when we come back in just a moment. Pottsville leads this game 8-2. We're in the bottom of the second. Back in a moment.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pod. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
On to pitch now for the Bulldogs, Eli Cluthy. He comes on in the second inning. Cluthy came in from right field. Hudson will take his place defensively in right field. The bases are full of Apaches. Or excuse me, they have 2 on. My bad.
They're full. They're full.
There's the runner at third. I thought, according to my score sheet, it was supposed to be Brady Morrison at third, Mason Vick at second, and Maddox Mergel with the walk at first. William Snow will be the first hitter. Always tough to look at a brand new pitcher. We are in the bottom of the second. Apaches lead at 8-3. Eli Cluthy's first pitch of this game, the right-hander, checks and deals. Low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Yeah, it's Morrison at third, Vick at second, Mergel the runner at first, and William Snow, the Apache left fielder, ahead of the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Apaches lead at 8-3 in the bottom of the second. Eli Cluthy's second offering, he steps off the mound. That's always a tough assignment when you come in the game and the bases are loaded and nobody out. 1-0 pitch from Eli Cluthy. Snow swung, contact, high fly ball towards short right field. The second baseman, Howell, retreats and makes the catch, and no advance by the Apache base runner as a good throw to home from Howell. Smart play by the Apaches not to try to tag up. Howell, with a good defensive play, retires the first out of the inning. Kyler Richardson will be the next hitter, the second baseman for the Apaches. He struck out in his first at bat, has a chance for some RBIs here with the bases full. Cluthy goes into the windup. Runner third base comes a long way down the line. Pitch taken over the outside, or inside corner rather, for called strike 1. Eight to 3 Apaches. Eli Cluthy, the third pitcher of the game for the Bulldogs, as we are in the second. Swung on and missed on the ball, low into the dirt, and the base runner will break from third, and he will score standing up. On the pitch in the dirt, Brady Morrison came home on the wild pitch for the second run of the inning. And the other base runners also advance. You watch the guy in front of you. Pitch was a called strike to Kyler Richardson. Pitch taken low and in the dirt. Blocked, and no advance by the base runners for the Apaches. Pottsville now with a 9-3 advantage as they hit with 1 out in the second inning. Ball and 2 strikes, the count on Kyler Richardson, the second baseman. Cluthy out of the stretch, brings it home, low and in the dirt. And another good stop by Fisher Brown. That was one of those 55-foot curveballs. You can't catch it if you're behind the plate. You just got to get in front of it. Got to do your best impersonation of a wall and just knock it down, which Fisher Brown did. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. The Apache hitter is Kyler Richardson. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, line drive toward left field, down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Left fielder overruns it. 2 runs score, and we'll score that a double all the way. Richardson with the double. He'll drive in 2 runs for the Apaches as Mason Vick and Maddox Mergel both score. Four runs in the inning. The Apaches lead is 11-3. Runner in scoring position is Kyler Richardson with his first base hit of the ball game. He is at second. Eli Cluthy now faces Easton Wojtek, the right fielder. He struck out in his first at bat. Cluthy brings it home. Pitch taken inside, ball 1. Second base hit in the inning. The Apaches have 5 in the game. 1-0 pitch to Wojtek. Looks at a fastball. I believe it was ball 2, but I have trouble telling with, I think the umpire was indicating the pitch was outside, but he did it with his right arm, so it kind of confused me. 2-0 count, pitch on the way, fastball taken for strike 1. That was not the pitch Wojtek wanted, so he let it go by. 11-3 Apaches as Pottsville bats in the bottom of the second. Cluthy comes set. Brings home the pitch. Swung on. Ground ball. Wojtek back to the pitcher. And the throw to first is the second out of the inning. Richardson takes third on the fielder's choice. Wojtek out 1-3. There are 2 down in the inning. Back around to the top of the order, Eli Morrison will bat. He had a base hit in that first inning.
Need another one right here.
He also walked. Tyler Richardson at third base. 2 down in the inning. Here comes the pitch. Left-handed hitting Morrison takes the pitch for a called strike. 0-1 pitch coming. 11-3, Pottsville with the lead. We're in the bottom of the second. Pitch taken inside for a ball. Evens the count for a ball and a strike. The Apaches have 11 runs in this ball game. 5 base hits. 1-1 pitch coming. Taken. Eli Morris took a fastball, strike 2. That pitch had some life on it.
Yeah, it did.
Eli Cluthy in relief in inning number 2. 1-2 pitch coming with a runner at third, low and in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and there'll be no play at the plate as the Apaches score another one as Kyler Richardson comes home on the wild pitch. Richardson scores the 5th run of the inning, and Pottsville's lead is now 12-5. 2-2 pitch to the Apache leadoff batter, Eli Morrison. On the way. It's taken high and outside. 3-2 pitch coming. Eli Morrison can look for a pitch in a spot here. Pottsville by 9, 12-3. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, fouled out of play. Morris had a pitch to his liking, but fouled it off. Twelve to 3, Pottsville with the lead. 2 down in the inning. 3-2 pitch coming. The Apaches have 5 runs home in this frame. Fastball swung on and fouled out of play to the left side. We'll get another 3-2 pitch from Eli Cluthy. Bases are empty. 2 down in the inning. Cluthy brings it home, swung on. Hard contact right back up the middle for a ground ball base hit for Eli Morrison, his 2nd hit of the game. Next hitter, Keaton Ashmore, the catcher. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Got a stolen base in that inning as well. So, catcher with a stolen base for the Apaches. So whenever the Apaches have had runners at first base, they've been off on the first pitch. We'll see if Morris wants to take off. Cluthy comes set. Looking into Ashmore, the batter. He's off with the first pitch, taken low. Throw down to second is not in time. Fourth stolen base in the inning. Pitch taken in the dirt for ball one. Keaton Ashmore has an RBI opportunity. Here comes the pitch. Called strike. Count is 0-2. I'm sorry, I thought the first pitch was a ball. It's 0-2. My mistake. 2 on, runner at second base. He's off of the pitch, swung on, ground ball. Through the hole in the shortstop, and the Apaches will score another run. On the clean base hit by Keaton Ashmore. Put it in the hole between between short and third. Stolen base pays off. Corey Greathouse, who led this inning off with a single, will be the next hitter. I believe the Apaches are going to have a courtesy runner. In to run for the Apaches, number 27 is Jake Gator. He's a sophomore. Gator takes his lead, not going. Pitch is high. The catcher expected him to take off. Gator has a big lead. 1-0 pitch, he's holding, swung on. High fly ball, way up there. Third baseman Eller makes the call and has it for the out. Well, the Pottsville Apaches plate 6 men on 3 base hits, also 4 stolen bases in the inning. And the Apaches, going to the top of the third, leads it 13-3.
Just like the Apaches, I am here to help you score big. Regardless if you are buying or selling, I'll guide you every step of the way. You can call me at 479-970-5079 and we'll connect the dots on getting you where you are trying to go. Speaking of going, let's go Apaches!
Another good inning for the Apaches as Pottsville now leads 13-3. Okay, if Caleb Turek was nervous before the game, he probably feels pretty good now. Although I think we have a new pitcher into the game for the Apaches.
15.
Yep, that would be Brody Blassingame. So let's see. I don't think Turk would qualify for the win after only going 2 innings, even in a 7-inning game.
If it ends at 3 or 4, he would. No, he wouldn't. You're right.
I'm honestly not sure. So Blassingame takes over in the 3rd inning. Caleb Turek went 2 innings with the start, gave up 3 runs, just 2 base hits, and his Apaches lead it 13-3. It'll be Eli Cluthy, now the pitcher, Fisher Brown the catcher, and Johnny Williams the shortstop in that order for the Bulldogs. I've not seen Brody Blassingame pitch. I will now. Blassingame pitches out of the stretch. Pottsville on top 13-3. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Curveball over the outside corner. Good pitch there. Strike 1.
Yeah, it was. Good start.
You got to love it when a relief pitcher comes into the game throwing strikes. Blassingame brings it home. Change up, ground ball to the shortstop. Greathouse fields it cleanly and over the first. It was a step ahead of the base runner and a good play at first by Mergel to grab the throw. And there's 1 down in the inning.
Real good way to start.
we will see between innings what the rule is on starting pitcher and wins and in a shortened game. Fisher Brown, the next batter for the Bulldogs. 1 out of the inning. Pottsville leads at 13-3. Blassingame changed speeds on that pitch, turned it over. It stayed low and in the dirt. Ball 1. Blassingame out of the stretch. Has 1 down in the inning as he faces Brown, the catcher. Fastball low and inside for a ball. That pitch had some giddy up on it, though. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 down in the inning. Pottsville with a 10-run lead, 13-3. Brody Blassingame, his first inning of work as he comes on in the 3rd inning. Next pitch swung on, ground ball. Mason Vick at third fields it. Throw across the diamond is low and in the dirt and gets away from the first baseman, Mergel. And the base runner will move to second on the throw. I'm going to score that an E5. Again, I don't enjoy giving errors. But Mason Vick had that in plenty of time, and if the throw had been on line, it would have beaten the base runner, so you kind of have to score it an error.
Yep, no choice there.
Runner at second base, 1 down of the inning, swung on, tapped at the plate, called a foul ball immediately by the home plate umpire, and that's strike 1.
That ball just died.
Jess barely got a piece of it, I believe. So Fisher Brown, the catcher, is at second base after the overthrow. And pickoff attempt at second base. And Fisher Brown is back. No throw made on the pickoff attempt. Strike called on the next offering to Johnny Williams. He is the shortstop for the Bulldogs. Blassingame ahead of the count, 0-2. Brody is coming throwing strikes. Here comes another one. Taken high just out of the zone. Good pitch there on the 0-2 count. See if you can get the batter to go after your pitch. Runner at second. 1 down in the inning. Brody Blassingame brings it home.
Ooh.
Called strike 3. I think he changed up on that pitch, and Williams was frozen. Second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game for the Bulldogs. And Sam Eller, the third baseman, will hit now for the Bulldogs. Pottsville leads 13-3. We are in the home half of the third. Once again, they drive the base runner Brown back. Don't be picking on the catcher. I used to be one. Blassingame brings it home.
Oh,
Not sure where that pitch was, but it is a ball.
it just missed outside.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second base, 2 down. We are in the top of the third. Brody Blassingame brings it home. Swung on and missed. Swung through the fastball. Got to give Blassingame credit. He's not opposed to challenging these hitters.
No, he's going right at him, which is what you need to do as a relief pitcher. Just go right at the batters.
Runner takes his lead from second base. 1-1 pitch coming. Swung on, ground ball. Fielded at short. Perfect throw across the diamond, and the Bulldogs are retired. The Bulldogs have 1 runner reach base on the error. He is stranded at second base. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Pottsville leads 13-3.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Home half of inning number 3 coming. I believe it will be Brady Morrison, followed by Mason Vick and Maddox Mergel. The sportsmanship rules are 15 after 3, which is a possibility. Apaches would need 5 runs in this inning. They have scored 7 and 6. Well, you know they won't exceed that, because if they do score 5 runs this inning, it's ball game.
Yeah. I hope they do. Be nice to get out of here early.
Oh, it's a beautiful sunny day. Let's play 2. Let's go 9 innings. Play 2 9-inning ball games.
We had a 30-minute first inning, Steve.
You like Cluthy back to the mound for the Bulldogs. I don't see any changes in the Bulldog defense. Oh, I meant to check with our umpire. Check and see what the rule is on winning pitchers in shortened games. Should have hollered at Coach Stephen Morgan or our umpire, one or the other. They would have got me straight. And everybody watching this game is trying to find my phone number to call me and tell me. But I think even in 7-inning ball games, I know at the college level you still have to go 5 to get the win. Now, I don't know if it's up to the official scorer. He could still give the win to the starter or not.
I just don't know. There's been so many different rule changes and how they score things over the years. I just stay lost most of the time.
All right. Eli Cluthy is ready to begin the bottom of the third. Leading it off for the Apaches is Brady Morrison as the throw goes down to second base. Morrison will lead off, followed by Mason Vick and Maddox Mergel. Morrison was hit by a pitch and walked. He scored a couple of runs in this game. Has a stolen base. All right, we are ready to get started here with the Apaches ahead by 10, 13-3. Eli Cluthy brings it home. Morrison swung on, fly ball toward the left side. First baseman right over to the rail, but couldn't quite get there, and it goes out of play. Mays gave it a look. He got all the way over, but couldn't quite get there, and it's just strike one. New life for Brady Morrison. Ball comes back into play to Coach Stephen Morgan. Good catch, Coach. 13-3, Pottsville leads it. They hit in the bottom of the third. 0-1 pitch. Morrison takes it low and in the dirt. Evens the count on a ball and a strike. Cluthy brings it home. It's taken low for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Eli doing a little groundskeeping there. Probably doesn't like where his foot is landing, so he gets it raked with the cleats. Now he'll bring home a 2-1 pitch to Brady Morrison, leading off the inning. Swung on, high fly ball toward right center field. The right fielder calling for and making the catch. Hudson, the right fielder, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Mason Vick will be the next hitter. Hudson was our second pitcher for the Bulldogs. He's now in right field. Mason Vick, the next hitter. Big right-hander steps into the box. Eli Cluthy brings it home. Pitch taken low and outside. Ball 1. Got to give Cluthy some credit. He's been throwing strikes. Now the Apaches have been putting the ball in play against him, but their walk fest has kind of slowed. Next one by Cluthy, taken low and in the dirt. 2-strike pitch coming. What time do the Razorbacks play today?
6 o'clock, 5 minutes.
They'll take on the Red Wolves, right?
Yes, sir. ASU.
2-0 pitch on the way, taken outside, ball 3. Well, I've tried to remember what Wolf ASU was. I get that mixed up with the Curly Wolves.
Oh, yeah.
13-3 Apaches, ball 3 count on Mason Vick. He may have the green light. He does, swung on, and a clean base hit through the hole on the left side. Mason Vick saw a 3-0 pitch he liked. The throw in is overthrown. Vick decides to go to second, and he is tagged out.
Oh,
They called him safe. Well, the umpire right on top of the play. He must have got around the slide, must have got around the tag. Bulldogs do not think so. As you might suspect, there's no instant replay.
I wish.
Well, the ball definitely beat Vick to the bag and beat him there by quite a little bit. Mason went in head first and got the hand in around the tag. So I think you have to score that as a double for Mason Vick. That's what I'm doing. Seventh hit of the ball game for the Apaches. Mason Vick, the runner at scoring position. He's already scored twice after a couple of walks, and a good slide at second base to get around the tag of Howell. Pottsville leads at 13-3. One out in the inning. Brady Morrison hit a fly ball to the right fielder in the first at bat. Vick takes his lead. Throw behind him is going to be close, and he is out. I'll tell you the truth, I kind of thought he got in before the tag there, too. Mason Vick picked off at second base for the second out of the inning. Those 2-1. I think that was the second baseman covering 1-4 on the pickoff. So 2 down in the inning now. Mergel swung on, ground ball toward first, fielded by Mays. He'll win the race to the bag, and for the first time this afternoon, the Pottsville Apaches go down 1-2-3. We will go to the top of inning number 4. Pottsville leads 13-3.
Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pod. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Top of the 4th inning for the Apaches. They lead the Waldron Bulldogs 13-3. Cole Bailey, Bo Parsons, and then back around to the top of the order to Austin Hudson will be the first 3 to bat. Coach Seaman, oh no, that's not Coach Seaman Morgan. Apache Coach Sandifer out to discuss something with the umpires. I honestly don't know what, and it's not a serious discussion.
None of my business.
Nope. If I knew, I'd tell you, but I don't, so I won't. And I'm not even going to speculate. We appreciate all of our sponsors here on Apache Baseball. The Old Bank, Frank Griffin, Sparks Dental Services, Farm Credit Association, Newton's Pharmacy, Westside Family Clinic, Tyler Riley, Lighthouse, The Granite Shop, La Huerta, and Phil Wright. So whatever the discussion was, it is complete. Cole Bailey ready to lead it off for the Bulldogs. Pottsville leads at 13-3. Swung on and fouled out of play. Blassingame back in for what would be his second inning of work, and he gets ahead in the count. No balls and a strike. Pottsville with 13 runs. Bulldogs 3 runs on a couple of hits. Change of speeds on the breaking ball, stays high and inside, ball 1. Cole Bailey walked and scored the 3rd run of the game for the Bulldogs back in the 2nd inning. He hits here in the 4th, 1-1 pitch over the outside corner for a called strike. Have to say this home plate umpire has been pretty consistent about giving that outside pitch to both pitchers. Next pitch, swung on, ground ball. Mason Vick fields it at 3rd. This throw is on line. Did it get him? It did by a half step. Close but out as Cole Bailey was hustling down the line. But he is retired 5-3 on the ground ball. You could see Mason Vick taking a little more time on that one to make sure his throw was accurate and beat him by a half step. Bo Parsons, the left fielder, the next hitter, 1 down in the inning. Blassingame brings it home over the inside corner, strike 1. Blassingame has looked good since coming into this ball game. Second pitch in this at bat swung on. Fly ball. Blassingame can't get there. Picks it up, makes the throw to first, and he is out at first base. Blassingame did not panic on that. That ball had a lot of spin on it. A 1-3 on the put out is the second out of the inning. And we're back around to the top of the order for Austin Hudson. Austin reached and scored a run on the first inning. Reached via the error. He walked in the second, but was out on a caught stealing. Blassingame brings it home. That pitch taken high and out of the zone. That's the first ball that Brady Blassingame has started out a hitter with in quite some time. Pottsville leads at 13-4. We play in inning number 4. Here comes the next pitch. Taken low and in the dirt. Did I say 13-4? It's 13-3. Pottsville by 10. We'll put it that way. As the Bulldogs hit, Pottsville looking for their 13th win on the year. Blassingame brings it home. Fast strike over the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike.
We haven't had nearly the foul balls as we did yesterday either, Steve.
Which makes our vehicles much safer. Next pitch taken over for a called strike 2. Brady Blassingame painting the outside corner and then painting the inside corner. Nothing down the middle to the leadoff hitter, Austin Hudson. 2 down, nobody on. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch from Brady Blassingame. Swung on, fouled out of play. Hudson with a good cut to stay alive. That was a good pitch. Bright sunny day in Pottsville. Great day for baseball. First pitch temperature, I think, was about 62. Next pitch taken inside off the plate for ball 3 to Austin Hudson. Next game for the Apaches will be on the road in Yell County against the Dardanelle Sand Lizards. Battle of first place teams. Here is the next one. Taken low and inside for a ball. Fooled Hudson, but it stayed out of the zone for the walk. Jaron Howell, I should say, the second baseman, will hit next. Howell has been retired. Both times he has hit. Runner at first base. Blassingame brings it home. Swung on. Line drive right back up the middle. And the Bulldogs will have 2 on with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting by Howell there. He didn't try to do too much with it. Just went right back up the middle for the base hit. Next batter will be Cody Mays, the first baseman. He has a hit in this ball game. He has one of the Bulldogs' 3 hits. 2 runners on base, 2 down. Brady Blassingame brings home a fastball, swung on and missed. Blassingame's pitch had Mays way out in front of the ball. Pottsville leads 13-3. 0-1 pitch on the way. Called strike 2. So Brady Blasingame within one strike of getting out of the inning without giving up any runs. He comes set now, 0-2 pitch coming. Mays looks at a pitch just outside for a ball. Ashmore thought they might have had strike three there. The umpire says, nope, I'll tell you when it's strike three, if it's strike three. Good pitch there, though. Didn't waste it. Made a competitive pitch. Now the 1-2 coming. Swung on.
Got him.
And strike three. Oh, the Bulldogs score no runs. One base hit, 2 runners left on base. The Apaches will bat in the 4th inning, leading 13-3.
Just like the Apaches, I am here to help you score big. Regardless if you are buying or selling, I'll guide you every step of the way. You can call me at 479-970-5079 and we'll connect the dots on getting you where you are trying to go. Speaking of going, let's go Apaches!
Bottom of the 4th inning, Pottsville leads this game by a score of 13-3. Eli Cluthy, yes, he is back to the mound for what would be his 2nd inning of work. He entered the game in the 2nd inning. 3rd pitcher of the game for the Bulldogs. Pottsville on the pitching side of things. Got a good start from Caleb Turek. He went 2 strong innings as the Apaches broke the game open in the 2nd inning.
Hoping to break it open a little bit more.
Coach, what's the rule on how you credit winning starters in a short game? Turek can't be the winner, can he? Right. So you have to go 3 innings if the game goes 5. So I was checking on that. So I don't think Caleb Turek could be the winner of this game. Brody Blasingame could. William Snow will lead off the inning for the Apaches as Pottsville leads 13-3. My thanks to Coach Stephen Morgan on helping and the first base umpire as well. There are lots of folks here that know more about the rules than I do, and I apologize for that.
There's just so many of them.
Yeah. And unfortunately, when I played, I didn't pay attention to a lot of them.
Who did?
Strike one thrown by Cluthy. Pitch taken outside for a ball to William Snow. And I think I've been mistakenly calling the Apache pitcher by the first name of Brady when it's actually Brody, so my apologies there to the Blasingame family. I had it written down right. I just don't know why. Vapor lock of the brain, but my apologies. Next pitch taken outside. 2 balls and a strike. It'll be Snow, Richardson, and Wojtek. And if anybody gets anything going, Eli Morris will bat. Pottsville 13, Bulldogs 3. Next pitch, swung on, lifted in the air towards center field. Shortstop chasing it at the center fielder. Bailey comes in and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Kyler Richardson will be the next hitter. Pottsville leads at 13-3. If it reaches the 5th inning in this situation, the sportsmanship rule could come into play. The Apaches would like to get a couple of more runs here. Cluthy brings it home to Richardson. He swings on the first offering, lifts it toward right field. Center fielder Hudson makes the catch. Hudson got a good jump on that ball, too. He was tracking it all the way, second out of the inning. Easton Wojtek will be the next hitter. 2 hitters in the inning, both retired on fly balls. Boy, the shadows are starting to get long as the sun comes in over right field. I believe we have a pinch hitter here for the Apaches. That's Cale Thompson batting, left-handed freshman. Swings at the second one for a strike. Thompson, the pitch hitter, behind in the count, 0-2. Cluthy brings it home. Taken close, but out of the zone for a ball. Cluthy thought he might have had strike 3 there. So Cale Thompson, pinch hitting, down in the count, 1-2. Cluthy brings it home, misses, evens the count at 2-2. Two down, nobody on. Pottsville leads it 13-3. Cluthy on the mound looking for his second 1-2-3 inning. Brings it home. Another close one, but out of the zone. Loads the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Mr. Thompson will get a look at a fastball here, I would suspect. Pottsville batting in the bottom of the 4th with 2 down. Cale Thompson takes a fastball over the inside corner for a called strike 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base for the Apaches. We will go to the top of the 5th with Pottsville leading 13-3. Back in a moment.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
And we're back, folks. I messed up the innings.
Kyler Richardson is the new pitcher on for the Apaches. Impressive outing by Brody Blassingame. We start inning number 5. Apaches leading at 13-3. If my score sheet is accurate, it'll be Cluthy, Brown, and Johnny Williams to face the new pitcher for the Apaches.
Would really like a 3-up, 3-down inning right here.
Richardson was the second baseman. Looks like Caleb Turek will take over at second.
Caleb's just a jack of all trades.
Yep.
He was on the football field for us past couple years, and
you know they did move him around quite a little bit, didn't they?
yeah, they really did, and he holding extra points, just did his job, did everything he was asked to do this year and then some. So gonna miss him.
Looking to see, I believe that's Thompson, the new right fielder for the Apaches. Yep, it is.
Could have missed his dad's cooking, too. Can't lie about that.
That's true. No joke.
Yeah, Chris is fully retired now, and I've seen him on the golf course quite a bit.
All right, we are ready to get things going here. Eli Cluthe will lead the inning off. He's actually done a very good job on the mound for the Bulldogs. Richardson will bring his first pitch home. The right-hander works out of the stretch. First offering to Cluthe. Taken outside for a ball. And we are underway in the fifth. Kyler Richardson now on the mound for the Apaches. His second pitch is a fastball. Had some giddy up on it, but it's out of the zone. Ball two. Looks like Richardson throws pretty hard.
Need to calm himself down right here, put one across the plate.
Of course, at my age, Phil Necro looks like he throws hard.
Yeah, that's a fact.
13-3, the Apaches lead it. Kyler Richardson on the mound in relief, brings it home. Misses high for a ball. Brody Blassingame with a couple of innings of relief work. Did very, very well. I believe he would be in line to pick up the victory. Team effort out of the Apache pitching staff. Fast strike called to make it a 3-1 count from Kyler Richardson to Eli Cluthe. Waldron trying to keep this game alive. They have to push across at least one run to get to another inning. Richardson brings it home. Fastball over the outside corner for a called strike two. Cluthe was already headed to first base.
Don't count your chickens.
Nope. And I would suggest Cluthe might want to be swinging at this pitch. 3-2 pitch coming on the way. He was not, but it was too far outside, so ball four. And now Cluthe will walk. Catcher Fisher Brown will step into the batter's box. He's reached base twice via the error, so if you're calculating batting average, that's 0 for 0. At-bats versus plate appearances.
It's like he didn't exist.
That's right. Hasn't had an official at-bat yet. Runner fakes a break from third, pitches in the dirt, goes to the backstop. And Cluthe will take second base on the wild pitch. And the Apache is going to take a break here. They're going to kind of slow Kyle down just a little bit.
So all these relief pitchers reminded me of a video I got to see the other day. It's the greatest non-pitcher relief moments in MLB. And Yachty made the list.
That's right. Yeah,
he
appeared as a pitcher.
Yeah, and got a strikeout, I believe.
Well,
56-mile-an-hour fastball.
Not the only Cardinal pitcher in my recent memory to a position player to pitch. I believe it was Cardinal shortstop later turned coach, not Ozzie Smith, but his backup, and his name escapes me now. They called him, here comes a pitch, swung on, line drive up the middle, played on a hop, and that will bring one in for Waldron. And the batter Brown strides toward second base, and he'll make it there standing up on the double. Jose Oquendo is who I was trying to think of.
That's right. Yeah, he was a good player in his own right, but what can he do behind Ozzie?
Well, and I do think he may have played all 9 positions in a game. There was talk of doing that. So base hit and an RBI for Fisher Brown. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Makes it a 13-4 ball game. Richardson brings it home. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Base runner at second base is Fisher Brown after the clean double. Ball took a funny hop out in center field.
Yeah, it did.
It's taken outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Richardson checks the runner at second, now brings it home. Fastball taken off the plate, ball 2. Who is the Atlanta Braves pitcher who had to stay in the game? They brought him in out as a position player as they ran out of guys, and he was like a career 120 hitter and ended up hitting a home run to win the game. Now we send the runner to the third base. Must have been a balk.
Was that back in the 70s?
I think
It
so.
was like a super long, like 18-inning game.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Might have been Walk. Might have been the pitcher's name, come to think of it. I think was on TV. I think I was back on the old WTBS Superstation days. Bunt attempt. Did he pull it back? I don't think he did.
No, he went all the way.
So that's a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few videos of that. You know, they brought him in hoping he'd strike out and the game would be
Bob
over.
Walk. That was the pitcher's name, Bob Walk.
He cranks one over.
2-2 pitch coming. Richardson misses ball 3.
That was a long game.
Trying to think if I recall any other Cardinal position players who came in and pitched. Line drive towards second base. Good stop at second. Throw across will not be in time. Nice play by Turek at second, but could not get the runner at first, and the run scores after the balk. Scoring that a single all the way. Turek did a nice job to even get contact with that ball, and
He did.
by the time he could get up and get over to the base, the shortstop Williams was already on the base. Sam Eller, the batter. 2 runs home. Second hit of the inning for the Bulldogs. They trail at 13-5. Pitch is taken high and out of the zone for ball 1. Bulldogs bat in the top of the 5th. They've extended the game at least another half inning. Pottsville still has a 13-5 lead, but this game is far from over. Runner going from first, pitch fouled out of play. He'll come back. Got a good jump, though.
Yeah, he did. He was going to make it for sure.
Count even at a ball and 1 strike. Eli Cluthy led off the inning with a walk. He scored on the double by Fisher Brown, who then scored on the base hit by Johnny Williams. Williams is the runner at first. He took off like he was headed toward second base for his steal. And now Keaton Ashmore comes out to talk to Kyler Richardson. Sam Eller has a base hit in this ball game. He has a hit and has scored a run. Williams takes his lead again. We'll see if he's going on the 1-1 pitch. He is not. Pitch taken out of the zone for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Kyler Richardson on in relief, looking to retire the first out of the inning here. 2-1 pitch coming. Runner at first. Richardson slows down, and the runner is off. Pitch is a pitch out. Throw down is not in time. Boy, that was close.
That was.
The pitch was right on the base, but it got through Turek's glove. I don't think he was going to be out anyway, but good throw by Ashmore. Made it close, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And I think we may have, we're going to have another pitching change for the Apaches. It looks like we may. Yeah, we're going to have another pitching change for Pottsville. Brandon Shaden will be on. Shaden, the right-hander. I think Richardson probably stayed in the game. I'm just not sure where defensively.
No, he went to the dugout.
Okay. They'll keep Turek in the game at second base. Shaden working exclusively out of the stretch. 13-5, Pottsville with the lead. Bottom of inning number 5. Bulldogs have scored 2 in this frame.
He's got a little pop.
Shaden will inherit a 3-1 count on the batter, Sam Eller. Third baseman for the Bulldogs. Last two pitches have been very good fastballs by Shaden. So we are ready to get things back underway again here in the bottom or in the top of inning number 5. Pottsville leads at 13-5. Nobody out in the inning. Shaden will have a 3-1 count that he inherits on Sam Eller. Cole Bailey would bat next, the center fielder. First pitch on the way, taken over the outside corner for a called strike. Looks like the Apache pitcher kind of short arms the ball a little bit.
He does.
And the pitch is taken for ball 4. That walk actually is credited to Richardson's outing. So runner at first base, 2 runners on. Cole Bailey, the hitter, he swings at the first offering. Fouls it out of play for strike 1. That ball 4 pitch didn't miss by much either.
It did not.
Brendan Shaden on the hill, the right-hander. Has 2 on, nobody out in the inning. Swung on, line drive just over Turek at second base for a clean base hit. Center fielder Morris up with the ball, brings it in cleanly. Good throw to the plate to prevent the runner scoring from third, and the Bulldogs will have the bases loaded. Williams, I think, was holding up on third anyway. Third hit of the inning. Bo Parsons will be the hitter. Apache still looking for the first out of the frame. Shaden brings it home. Strike over the inside corner. Bulldogs have 3 hits in the inning to go with their 2 runs. Shaden brings it home. Pitch in the dirt. Good. Well, I thought Ashmore had stopped it. It's going to go to the backstop, and the Bulldogs will score another run. Johnny Williams will score the 3rd run of the inning. Eller to 3rd. And Bailey will go to 2nd. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Shaden brings it home. Pitch outside for a ball. Now 13-6. Shaden brings it home. Swung on, ground ball. Third baseman on a running play. Good stop and a good throw by Mason Vick to retire the runner at first. The Apaches will gladly trade an out for a run. 5-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning. And the base runner, Cole Bailey, advances to 3rd. 13-7, Pottsville with the lead. 1 down. Austin Hudson will now hit. He's reached via an error and walked twice. Again, he's yet to have an official at-bat. He's had plate appearances, but the 2 are different. Runner on 3rd. Shaden brings it home. Shaden, I should say. Brendan Shaden. First pitch taken for a ball. Next one. Curveball inside, ball 2. Hudson making him work, that's for sure. Shaden brings home the next one. Outside. Ball 3. I would imagine Hudson will take one here. Yeah, he's taking all the way, and it's ball 4. Third walk of the inning. Bulldogs also have 3 hits. Runners at first and third, 1 down in the inning. The Apaches would like a double play ball. Hudson with speed at first. The next hitter is Howell, the second baseman. Shaden brings it home, swung on. High fly ball in the infield. Infield fly rule could have applied, but I did not see the umpire call it. Nonetheless, the ball is caught by the shortstop, Greathouse, for the second out of the inning. Cody Mays, the first baseman, steps in. 2 outs in the inning now, 13-7. Pottsville leading the Bulldogs. Shaden brings it home. Fastball over the corner, strike 1. Mays, the 9th batter of the inning. Bulldogs have 2 runners on base. They have scored 4 runs in the inning, their most productive inning so far. Shaden brings it home, swung on, fouled straight back. 2-strike count now. Shaden within a strike of getting out of the inning and straining 2 base runners. That would be a big plus. 0-2 pitch. No, instead throw to first. Austin Hudson dove back in ahead of the throw. Here comes the next pitch. Taken low and outside. The runner at third holds. Good play by Ashmore, keeping that ball close enough where the base runner could not advance. 1-2 pitch coming now. Taken low and in the dirt. Ashmore let it get away from him. The runner from first advances to second, but the base runner at third has to hold up. Two down in the inning. 2-ball, 2-strike count. 2 runners on base. Shaden brings it home. Swung on, ground ball to the pitcher. Fields it cleanly and throws to first for the out. So the Bulldogs push across 4 runs in that inning, and the Pottsville Apaches go to the bottom of the 5th, leading 13-7.
Nothing came easy, but with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot, because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
We're back here at Pottsville, folks. Steve had to step away for a minute. Bottom of the 5th. Waldron put up, 4 runs that inning to get us out of run rule, and we need four runs across the plate right now to finish this game out. Leave the same pitcher back on the mound. I can't see his numbers. Yeah, it's him. He's having a good outing in relief. They come back, he'd get the win. See who's up. .24 looks to be up. That's Eli Morse. Shut up. Umpire Phil Hemba down the first baseline. He's upset with me. Claims I jinxed it, but I did not. Coming down. So bottom of the fifth here. Pottsville would like some runs. All of us fans would. That's 24 Morris. He's up. First pitch is a ball. Winds and delivers. Low and inside. Ball 2. Wouldn't be upset with the leadoff walk here. Oh, good hard hit ball into the right field. Eli's going to get to first. With a single. Steve's about to be back, so who we got up next is Keaton Ashmore up to bat right now. Eli takes off. He's going to get down in time. Got first runner in scoring position. That's what we need. Eight or 9 stolen bases for Pottsville tonight. Didn't have a very big lead.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you.
No problem, buddy.
13-7. The Apaches lead it. Appreciate Justin Smith filling in here. You want to do the rest of the inning?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
You're the pro here, sir, not me.
Eli Morris at second. Pitch taken by Keaton Ashmore. Count is even at a ball and a strike.
Wind picked up a bit.
Yes, it did. 6-run Apache lead. They'd like more. Pitch taken over the outside corner, called strike 2. Eli Morris got the inning off to a good start with a clean base hit between the hole at first and second. Eli Cluthy came on in the second inning. This is his third inning of work. Runner Morris takes off from second. Pitch taken, throw down, and he's safe. Another stolen base.
What, 9 stolen bases?
That is the 10th.
Oh, 10th, wow.
By my count, anyway.
Hey, you're pretty accurate, Steve, when it comes to baseball, I believe.
Well,
I'm looking at your sheet over there. You know what you're doing.
well, my scoring leaves something to be desired, no doubt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third. Nobody out. Pitch taken high. Ball 3. I appreciate the compliment, though, but you see folks that do this for a living, and their score sheet looks like a work of art.
Yeah.
It look like my score sheet looks like a work of art. It looks like something Picasso would have done. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on. Ground ball toward the hole. Cut off. Howell makes the throw, but the run scores.
I'll take it.
Or yeah, there we go. So the run scores. First run of the inning. First out of the inning. 4-3. Corey Greathouse, the shortstop, will hit next. Apaches up by 7, 14-7 as we play in the bottom of the 5th. Greathouse Lifts a high fly ball toward the infield. The shortstop, Williams, says, "I've got it," and he does for out number 3. Or, excuse me, out number 2.
Oh, we're on the 4-out system.
Yeah, new game. We get 4 outs. They don't. Brady Morrison will step in. Brady has walked and was hit by a pitch. Hit a fly ball toward deep right field, but it was caught. Cluthy to Morrison. Brady has to step back from the inside pitch. Ball 1. Seven-run Apache lead as we play in the bottom of the 5th. 2 down in the inning. Nobody on. Got to congratulate Eli Cluthy on some good work for the Bulldogs.
He's had a really good outing.
Brings home another one to Morrison. That one bounces as my scorecards go flying away. Wind came up and got him. Little stoppage of play on the field. Thank you, gentlemen. By the way, who's our cameraman today?
Chase.
We appreciate Chase work.
He's been with ASN, what, 2 years now? Oh, just his first year with ASN. Oh.
Well, we appreciate him having along today. Pitch taken high, ball 3.
I met his dad at Tech when I was 18.
Oh, okay.
It was a long time ago.
3-0 pitch on the way. Brady taking all the way out of the zone for a ball. Or, excuse me, catches the corner for a strike. All right. 3-1 pitch coming. Morrison swings, line drive. Looks like that's going to be over the head of the left fielder, Parsons, and it'll roll to the wall. Morrison rounding second. Thought about going to third, but the ball comes into the cutoff man, and Morrison with a solid double.
Good to see him drive one.
Boy, he did on that one, too. That ball was rocketed over the head of Parsons. He had no chance on that one. Mason Vick will be the next hitter for the Apaches.
Need another one just like it, buddy.
Yep. In fact, his last at bat, he had a double. Smoked it down the right field line, as a matter of fact. Actually, no, take it back. He hit in the gap between the right fielder and the center fielder. 14-7, Pottsville with the lead, 2 down. Brady Morrison dives back ahead of the errant throw, but not able to advance. Smart play, just stay there. Let your hitters try to drive you in. Mason Vick has walked twice and has a double. He's 1 for 1. Pottsville on top 14-7. Eli Cluthy has slowed down here with a runner on second base. He could be getting tired, too. He's thrown a lot of pitches. Cluthy brings it in. Taken high for a ball. And the Bulldog manager comes to the mound. Don't know if they're going to consider a pitching change here. We'll tell you. We will come back and let you know if the Bulldogs make a change. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Pottsville 14, Bulldogs 7.
You're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
That was just about giving Eli Cluthy a breather. He is still in the game for the Bulldogs. 14-7, Pottsville leads it. 1 ball count to Mason Vick. 1 run home for the Apaches. Brady Morrison is at second base. He'd like to score the second. Mason Vick with a line drive over my head. down the first base line.
Ooh.
I didn't get much of a jump on that either. That wasn't your car right there, was it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I parked down by the foul pole.
Yeah, I learned my lesson from yesterday. I'm parked over in Yell County.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to foul one off over there.
1-1 pitch on the way. Low and in the dirt, goes to the backstop. Vic rounds third base. Comes 3/4 of the way down the line. He thought about scoring from second on the wild pitch. As it is, he will advance to third. I have seen runners score from second on a wild pitch, but it doesn't happen often.
Dilly?
Yes?
Dilly Delacruz.
Yep.
That boy can fly around the bases.
Yes,
Man.
he can. Well, he gets up to speed so quickly, too. Not only is his top-end speed good, he gets there in a hurry.
What is he, like 6'6", something
Yeah,
like that? He's
yeah.
a huge baseball player.
He's kind of like, you remember Matt Jones, the former Razorback
Oh, I forget him.
quarterback, wide receiver, basketball player. Eli Delacruz runs kind of like him. They're both tall guys, long strides. You don't realize how fast they're going until you actually try to catch them.
They're up to speed in 3 steps.
Yep. Pitch misses outside from Eli Cluthy to Mason Vick. 3-2 pitch coming. Morrison on base at third base. Mason Vick will look at a 3-2 pitch from Cluthy of the Bulldogs. It is on the way. Fly ball toward right field. Second baseman traveling, and he makes the catch. Probably would have been a foul ball, but nonetheless, Howell made a nice catch, and the Apaches are retired. Nice fly ball catch by the second baseman in the third out of the inning. The Apaches do get a run. They have a hit. There's a stolen base, and one runner left on base. Pottsville, after 6 complete innings, leads the Bulldogs 14-7.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Eli Cluthy will lead the inning off for the Bulldogs. He'll be followed by Fisher Brown and Johnny Williams. Pottsville with a 7-run lead, 14-7, as the Bulldogs hit in the top of the 6th. Brendan Shaden back to the mound for the Apaches. If the score remains like this, I believe Brody Blassingame will get credited with the win. As the throw goes down to second base. Cluthy strides to the batter's box, and we are ready to go in the top of the 6th. Pottsville scored 7 runs in the first inning, 6 runs in the second, and only 1 run since as we play in the 6th. Eli Cluthy gets credit for most of that. He's come in throwing strikes.
Yeah, he's had a good day today on the mound.
Brendan Shaden at the hill. Speaking of on the mound, yeah, you're correct. Cluthy's had a really good game. He bats now, leading off the 6th. First pitch to him is called strike 1. And we are underway. Shaden goes into the windup, brings it home. Pitch high to the backstop. Ball 1. One ball, 1 strike the count. The Apaches looking to rebound from a tough loss yesterday to the Hillbillies in a makeup game. Shaden will bring it home and left that one high also. 2 balls and a strike. Next action for the Apaches will be in Dardanelle. That's a Friday night game. If I were not committed to something else, I'd go watch that because it'll be a good one.
Yeah, we'll hope to get a repeat of the game that we had here. It'd be awesome.
Fourth pitch of the at-bat is taken out of the zone, and Cluthy now ahead in the count, 3-1. 14-7 game, I would imagine he's taking, but I don't know that. He is their cleanup hitter. Nope, he was taken all the way. It's a fastball for a strike. And what was that final, 2-1?
Yeah.
Or was it 1-0?
2-1, I think.
2-1.
Yeah, it was a close game.
Whale of a ball game. Pitcher's duel. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Down swinging is Eli Cluthy for the first out of the inning. Good job by Shaden battling back in that count. Fisher Brown, the catcher, will be the next hitter. He has a double in this ball game, has scored a run. He's 1 for 1. He reached 2 other times, both on Apache errors. Shaden brings it home. Pitch taken high for a ball. Yeah, I am committed elsewhere on Friday, but if you get a chance, go over to Danamera Park, I think is the name. Pitch taken, fastball over the inside corner, evens the count at 1-1. The young man who pitches for Dardanelle is very skilled on the hill. Pottsville leads this game 14-7. You have to get this one done first. Second pitch, ground ball to the second baseman, Turek. Turek across to Mergel for the second out of the inning. Turek fielded that ball like he's been doing it all his life. 4-3 on the putout to retire.
He did have to handle quite a few low snaps this year.
Well, there's that. Johnny Williams will be the batter. Williams has a hit. That was in the 5th inning. He has also struck out twice. 2 down, nothing shaking for the Bulldogs, and the first pitch of the at-bat is a called strike. Shaden throwing strikes since he's come into the ballgame. Since the pitchers on the hill have started throwing strikes, this game speeds up tremendously. Swung on and missed on the fastball. May have got a nick of the ball, but it's still 0-2. Funny how this game works when you throw strikes. 0-2 offering. Strike 3 called over the corner. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Bulldogs. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Pottsville leading 14-7.
You're gonna think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not gonna believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pod. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
As the fans here in the stand enjoy the eye of the tiger, as the Apaches come to bat in the 6th inning. I believe Mergel will lead off the inning, followed by Snow and then Kyler Richardson. Pottsville leads this game 14-7. The Apaches can end it here in the 6th if they can find a way to get 3 runs, but so far this pitcher, Eli Cluthy, has kind of held the Apache offense in check. He's only allowed 1 Apache runner to score. Well, the Apaches have got some base runners, but Cluthy continues to pepper the strike zone, and his defense has played well behind him. Just watching the shortstop throw. He's got Williams. He's got a strong arm. Of course, most shortstops do. I wouldn't know. I had neither a strong arm or played shortstop.
Yeah, I was a liability.
Yeah,
I was a pitcher. I could field my position at pitcher and do that job, but I'm not the guy you wanted playing shortstop. I play some third on occasion now.
Yeah, I was strictly catcher and a little bit of first base. A little bit of left field, too. I actually could, if they find somebody who can catch a fly ball, they like to put them out there in left field, and I actually could do that. For whatever reason, I was always good at tracking fly balls.
I've always been blind, so I couldn't pick it up off the bat to save my life.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Eli Cluthe continues and completes his warm-ups as the ball goes down to second base. Good throw through, and it will be the Apache first baseman, Maddox Mergel, to lead the inning off. He has a double and a walk. He scored 2 runs. And he will try to get an Apache rally started here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, we need it right now.
Wind's starting to pick up again.
It's blowing the right way for a home run.
As I say, it's blowing. The wind is blowing straight out, judging by the flag in center field. Eli Cluthe's first offering of the inning on the way. Swung on, fouled straight back, or fouled off to the left side. Look out to the on-deck batter.
Yeah, almost hit number 3 over there.
As I say, I didn't miss him by much, did it? Snow, the on-deck batter, missed him just over his shoulder. Strike 1. 0-1 pitch coming. Swung on, hard hit right to the pitcher. Cluthe stops it, hustles it down, throw to first, not in time, gets past the first baseman. I think that was going to be hit anyway. I believe Mergel had that beat out.
Yeah, he got a good jump off the line.
So Mergel with the infield hit. Good reaction by Cluthe to even knock that ball down. Otherwise, it was going right back up the middle into center field. William Snow, the next hitter. His walk-up song to the plate is My Girl. Actually, I suspect that's just what the PA announcer is playing. I don't know if William Snow even knows the song My Girl. So the leadoff batter of the inning reaches base, Pottsville, with a 14-7 lead as they hit in the bottom of the 6th. Mergel takes his lead. He's off with a pitch. Pitch is a ball and the stolen base as the throw goes into second. Mergel will stay there. I have that as the 11th Apache stolen base. Somewhere, Waddy Herzog is watching this game smiling. Snow ahead of the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Leadoff runner Mergel in scoring position at second base. He leads away. Cluthe comes set at the belt, and he spins and throws to second. Back in safely. Starting to get a little chilly here as the sun is going down on us, isn't it?
It really is. Glad I brought my jacket.
Runner at second, nobody out. Snow, the hitter. He takes a ball low and inside. Snow can look for his pitch here. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Offering swung on. Foul tip. 2 balls and a strike.
He was trying to play some golf.
Yep. Looks like the softball varsity game is complete.
Yeah, they finished a while ago.
I did not see the score on that. My apologies.
It was 5-0, I think, to finish.
Here, the Apaches lead at 14-7. Runner on second base. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody out in the inning. William Snow, the hitter, makes solid contact. Clean base hit through the hole. Mergel is going to be waved around third. The throw misses the cutoff man, and Mergel will score. Snow goes into second base. So Maddox Mergel will score a run for the Apaches, and William Snow goes into second base. It's a single and then takes second on the throw that came through to the plate.
Good hard hit ball right there by Snow.
Yep, drove that one through the hole. Kyler Richardson, the second baseman, is the hitter. Kyler has a double and has scored a run on this ball game. Pottsville leads it now 15-7. Richardson would represent the game-inning run. First pitch to him misses inside for a ball. I believe Cale Thompson is on the on-deck circle.
I think you're right.
He came in as a pitch hitter for Wojtek. Pitch taken low and outside. Pottsville leads 15-7. Nobody out. Bottom of the sixth. Snow, the runner at second base. Pitch misses high. Apaches have one run in the inning. Kind of looks like Eli Cluthy may be running on empty here. It's kind of like the Jackson Brown song.
He's got to be getting close to pitch count, too.
Well, there's that. Yeah, there's that. This is his fourth inning of work. Pitch taken over the inside corner for a called strike. Three balls, one strike. Kyler Richardson. Pitch taken for a called strike. Throw down to third on the stolen base. And the base runner for the Apaches dives in safely. William Snow has the stolen base. Second stolen base of the inning for the Apaches. Called strike evens the count at 3-2. Richardson wants to put this in play somewhere. Bulldog defense halfway, swung on, ground ball back to the pitcher, and they're going to have the runner off third base. He goes back to third, stays in the rundown long enough to allow the hitter to get to third, or get to second, I should say. Ball right back to Cluthy, and they retire William Snow in the rundown.
That's going to be it for Cluthy.
And I believe that is it for Cluthy. He pitched very well.
Yes, he did. Got to give that young man a lot of credit.
The Apaches had a pinch hitter in that last at bat. Well, no, not a. Well, Shadden is at second base. So he hit there. One problem being down here, down the line where we are now, is you can't really pick up substitutions very easily. They tell the press box, but that's about, a couple of 100 feet from us.
Yeah.
New pitcher for the Bulldogs wears number 20. That's Bo Parsons. So Parsons will come in from left field to pitch. I'm going to assume they're just going to switch positions, and Cluthy will take over in left field.
Yeah, I believe he's out there now. Yep.
Pottsville leads at 15-7. Base runner out at home on the hard hit ball that Cluthy was able to flag down. Base runner did stay in the rundown long enough to allow the Apaches to get a runner to second base. As Parsons continues his warm-up.
I'm half tempted to go out of my car and get a blanket.
Yeah, it's cold. There's no doubt about that. Parsons is the fourth pitcher used in this game by the Bulldogs. Going to try to pick up who the next Apache hitter is.
I think it's Thompson, lefty.
It is Cale Thompson. Okay. My score sheet was right.
Yeah, 14.
Yep. Shaden, the runner at second base. He reached via the fielder's choice. Swung on. Thompson lifts it towards center field. This may find a gap. It's down for the clean base hit. How about Thompson coming in and ripping one right back where it came from?
I'll take it all day. I need to get him pushed over to second now.
Base runner Shaden had to hold on the fly ball with just one out in the inning. And the base runner is off. There's your runner going to second base. So now the Apaches have the game-winning run down at second.
Need a solid base hit right here.
We're back around to the top of the order. Eli Morris, the hitter. Pitch taken low and in the dirt, goes to the backstop, but the runner at third holds. Not a long backstop here. You don't have a lot of room to score on a play like that.
Now if the catcher gets up fast.
Yep. Brown hustled that down in a hurry. Kept the base runner Shaden at third. Runner at second is Cale Thompson. He represents the game-winning run. Pottsville leads at 15-7. Eli Morris ducks away from a pitch out of the zone. 3-0 pitch. They could afford to walk Morris. His run at first base at the moment would not mean anything. Parsons brings it home. Taken low and in the dirt. That might have been an intentional walk. Keaton Ashmore's spot in the order, but I believe it was a pinch hitter announced. First pitch from Parsons. Swung on, high fly ball towards center field, and it is caught. That will get one run home. Yeah, the pinch hitter that time for the Apaches was Jace Aiken. He drives the runner home with the RBI. Good play in center field by Bailey. And there are two down in the inning. Corey Greathouse, the hitter.
Got hit.
Hit by the pitch. That will again load the bases.
Base hit. Just need a base hit. Something on the ground through the gap.
Brady Morrison will be the batter.
Or he can repeat that shot to left field he had last at bat. I'd be happy with that.
Brady Morrison will step in. Winning run at third base. Two down in the inning. Parson brings it home. Morrison takes it low and in the dirt. Ball one. A walk would win it for the Apaches.
I'll take that, too. It's still a ribby.
Morrison ripped a double over the head of the left fielder, his last at bat. Parsons goes into the windup. Bases loaded. Pitch on the way. Outside ball two. Pottsville leads at 16-7. We play in the bottom of the sixth. The Apaches have the game-winning run at third base, but there are two outs in the inning. The other two runners don't mean a lot. Parsons, 2-0 pitch. Taken low and in the dirt. Good job by Brown to stop it from going to the backstop. But now they have to throw Morrison a couple of strikes. I would think Brady will be taking at least one. They may have him take two. Pottsville leads at 16-7. Runner takes his lead from third. Pitch taken inside, ball four.
Got to get to first, son.
Yep, you got to come to first base. The runner's got to touch home.
It's a walk-off walk.
And it is a walk-off walk as Brady Morrison gets the RBI on the W, and the Pottsville Apaches win it by a final of 17-7. The Apaches score 13 runs in the first 2 innings and then pull away to win it 17-7. Johnny Williams will take the loss for the Bulldogs, and I'm going to assume that Brody Blassingame was the winning pitcher for the Apaches as he had a couple of solid innings of relief pitching. Oh, the Apaches win it. They will come back and play Friday. That game is in Dardanelle. Justin Smith, we appreciate your work. I'm Stephen Glenn. The Apaches win it 17-7. Thanks for your time. This time, till next time, so long, everybody.